When I discovered this tool, it literally took all the guesswork out of writing for me, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. So let's get started. This is called Plottr, and it's a lot like Scrivener. It's one of those softwares where you can organize your thoughts and your writing and your characters and put it all in one place. But what's so cool about this one here that I just recently started getting into is that when you create a project, you can create it from a template. And this is what takes out all the guesswork for me, because starting a novel from scratch is a huge project. It's so difficult, and knowing where to start can be really challenging. But right here, there's all these starter templates, which is so cool. I absolutely love this. Let's take a look at action adventure plot. See, hero circumstance receives a mission, begins toward goal, travels to exotic location. Look how specific this is. I mean, this is awesome. And these are just little examples. They're templates that you can start plugging in your own story into these templates. And what this does is it automatically creates these scene cards for you, and then it pops it into your project. And what you can actually do that's really cool is you can stack templates on top of each other. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm going to create an adventure romance, because I actually am writing an adventure romance, so that's perfect. Romancing the Beat, I really like. I think this is a really cool template. So we'll say create new project. And as you can see, it takes me to this timeline right here. And I'm not gonna go over everything about Plottr right now, because they actually have their own YouTube channel and they go into detail about how to use this. And I can put that link in the description. But I just wanted to show you this really cool feature on it that I absolutely love, is just stacking these different types of stories together. So see, Romancing the Beat, it's all here. And it's got all my little plot points that I need to meet, okay? Then if I want to add something, I just come here and I say use template, because I want this to be an adventure romance. So I'm gonna come down here and say action adventure plot, and then I'm gonna say choose, and it's gonna automatically add that to my story, which is really cool. And see, it doesn't actually match up perfectly, but I can mess around with it, kind of play around with it, and make sure that all of these action scenes actually work well together. So obviously this takes some thought and it takes some practice, but it's really cool because these are kind of reader expectations that you're meeting in a sense. So when somebody picks up a romance book, a romance novel, they're expecting to hit these different story beats. And this is what's going to pull them through the story and continue to maintain interest in their characters, right? And the same thing with an action adventure. If somebody picks up an adventure novel, they're expecting certain story beats to be hit. They're expecting to have this hero and he's going to receive a mission and he's going to work towards this goal and go to an exotic location, okay? Now my story that I'm working on right now is an action, it's a romance, an adventure romance. So it has both of these, and the exotic location is a place called Guanateca, and it's a fictional island, but it's definitely exotic, that's for sure. And look, encounter the damsel, that actually works pretty well, right? But the hero in my story is gonna be, well, I've got my hero and my heroine, right? They're both. And I can introduce both characters, and at the same time they can be receiving a mission and work towards this goal. So you can see how you can start to mesh these together. Anyways, I just want to show you guys that I think it's super, super cool, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the link down in the description of the full tutorials that Plottr has put out so you can learn how to use this tool. But this just makes things so much simpler for me, and I've really been having a good time using this and creating my story, because I don't feel like I'm just starting from scratch anymore. I feel like I have these ideas of what story beats I need to hit, and it's so easy as well to keep everything organized in here. Anytime I have a random idea, I can pop over here to the notes tab and pop it in there, or I can keep track of my characters and how they're developing. Here I can also make a timeline just for a specific character to know what's going on in their life. So this could be the villain. The villain's name is Alder in my story, and I could say what's happening in each chapter of my story with Alder, what he's doing, and just keep track of what he's doing so that I know what I need to write in every chapter of my story. Super cool. Like I said, I'll pop the link in the description, and yeah, hope you guys can get started.